Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date to whatever else is going on in my life. So I've gotten a few comments from a couple different people about, I guess, like they want to know like more about me, and like I've obviously shown you guys like what my everyday life is like, but I don't really like play in what my day-to-day job life is and all that jazz. So I haven't decided if I'm going to include this in one of my daily vlogs. I've been doing a lot of vlogging for you guys. I'm just trying to put that information out there for y'all. Or if I'm just going to make this a separate video. So I'm going to do some editing and then we'll see how it comes out. But I guess I'm going to maybe make this like either a two-parter or include it in a couple of different vlogs. Because there's a couple of different ways that we can go about this. So I'm just going to start with, I guess, like who I am and where I'm from. So that way you guys can kind of get a bit better picture of, you know, like, no, I didn't wake up or like I wasn't born and I was like an instant bodybuilder. I didn't have like a raging six-pack when I came out of my mother's vagina, okay? Totally not like that. So I was born in Puerto Rico. Both my parents are Puerto Rican, but I've lived in Texas basically my whole life. So when I was like 2 years old, they moved here. My mom like didn't even barely speak English, and you know, they were like hardcore Puerto Rican. My mom got married when she was 16, had me when she was 18, so young parents. I have a sister. I have two sisters and a brother. My closest, I guess, sibling to me would be my younger sister. She's 2 years younger than me, and we're just close in age, so we kind of grew up together. She lives in South Carolina, Charleston. And then I have another sister who's 18 or 19 now, I guess, so she just moved out. And then a little brother that's about 14-ish. I don't know my siblings' ages. Is that weird? But it's kind of weird because we grew up separately, you know, kind of, because it's just two different generation gaps, and it's weird. So we weren't as close as like me and my other sister. I grew up in like the DFW area, Arlington, Fort Worth area. This is gonna be a shocker for most of you guys, but I was like kind of a loser and homeschooled basically from kindergarten through high school. The only reason I went into school in high school, and when I did end up going to school, I went to a private school that was like a homeschool based school. So it's like homeschool to homeschool kind of thing. My mom taught us, me and my sister. She had like a whole like classroom setup. She always wanted to be a teacher, but she didn't really have a degree. So she actually went back afterwards, and now she is a teacher. She got her degree and everything. So she does teach in the Fort Worth area. So I was homeschooled. I was like a child prodigy, intellectually smart or whatever. I remember thinking when I was a kid, like thinking that like everyone else was stupid, and I was like, oh, I know those answers before you, and blah blah blah. So homeschooling is great in that aspect. Your brain develops faster, and you know, you learn a lot more stuff, I guess, than kids in regular school who don't have that one-on-one attention. So because of that, I graduated college or high school when I was 16, and I basically went into college as a sophomore because I had so many college credits. So I moved out and moved to UT Austin as I don't know, I think I was already a junior. Actually, when I moved to UT, I was a junior. So I was like 17 years old, on my own, junior in college. I worked full-time. My parents, you know, are not rich. I have tons of student loans, so I paid for all that on my own. You know, they did the best they could to help me, but 4 kids, and, you know, we're just normal people. So I didn't grow up with fancy things. You know, we always had what we needed, and always went to like for example, private school. When we went to private school, that's not cheap. So that was, you know, something that my parents did for us. But I have student loans. I didn't grow up with like Louis Vuitton bags and like going on these crazy like ski vacations to Colorado. Like, we didn't do that stuff. Okay, we went to Puerto Rico all the time, but that was only because my dad had worked for American Airlines, so we flew for free all the time. Yeah, I was homeschooled. It makes you socially awkward. So I don't really have friends. My friends are my friends on social media. I have my sister, and then of course I have like 2 other friends that, one I met, Marcy. I met her like when I started competing. And then I have another friend, Samantha, who I actually met in college, and she lives in the Dallas area. So none of my friends actually live here. I text them almost on a daily basis. So they're close to me, but like Marcy, I mean, I haven't even seen her in like over a year, but we text every single day. Like, it's like, oh my God, shit, I dropped my food on the floor. Like, we text like stupid stuff. It's like we're right next to each other all the time. So if you guys think that I'm like this popular person and I go out and party and hang out, I do not. I have no friends. My best friend is Ashton and my little creature, Allie. So I'm a total freaking loser. Plus now being the kind of person that I am, what I do with bodybuilding and fitness and stuff, people find that really weird. A lot of people do get inspired and motivated by it, but at the same time it's hard for them to kind of relate to me, and it's hard for me to relate to them because we just don't really do the same things, and they want to like drink and party and get drunk and eat pizza and stuff, and I don't do that. And you know, I'll go out and have like a good time with them and stuff, but you know, we're just, in the end, you just can't be friends with people like that because it's just, you have to have a shared interest. And even if, you know, you have a friend who isn't really into working out and you are like, that could work, but you have to have other shared interests as well. So there's that. That's kind of my growing up. So I moved to Austin like almost 9 years ago. I graduated UT when I was 19, and when I, basically, that was like a really big year. So I graduated, got married, and started my own business all in the same month. So finished college, I started my own business, which is what I do now, and me and Ashton got married, or Ashton and I got married. I'm going to try to make this video semi-short. So we're going to cut it off at a point, and then maybe I'll make another video about my fitness journey. So this is just like a summary of my life up until now. So a lot of people ask me this. I swear it's like the #1 question asked. What is it that you do that's non-fitness related? So I own a rental car agency. So we rent cars for a living. It's right downtown Austin, so it's like prime location. It's one of the largest locations in Texas. So we are busy all the time, and we do have a full staff. But when it's your own business, in order for it to succeed, you have to be there 100% of the time. Well, you know, like 80 to 90% of the time. Because no one is ever going to do as much hard work as you will do. It's just plain and simple. We've got a great staff. They're so amazing. Brett and Elizabeth, they help us. They really do care. But in the end, making things happen, you have to be there on a regular basis. So, you know, me and Ashton, we work together. We met working together at Olive Garden. So we've always worked together since day one. People kind of are like, how do you work with your husband? Well, we basically spend every moment of every day with each other. It's just kind of the way it's been since day one, and that's what we do. We also have a couple of other things, like I do personal training in person. I have online clients. I'll put my website down below. I do have several clients that I do weight loss clients. I have competition prep. I do it all. I don't really like post too much about it. I want to get into doing it full time, but I have so much going on as well that I don't want to take on too many clients because I feel the quality would suffer. The first review that people say whenever they start one of my programs is, oh my God, I've done so many other plans on Instagram and this is like the most information, this is the most helpful, because I care. You know, like I do that part because it's fun, and I don't really do it like to make money. It's not paying my bills. So I do it for fun. My plans are super affordable. Like, people out there are charging $200 or $300 for like what I give you for $50. It's kind of crazy. So, and I've put a lot of work and thought into it. You know, I do a lot of research on it. So it's not like I'm an ASM certified fitness nutrition specialist. You know, like I've done so much research. So that is something else I do. We also have like an online business that's, you know, just kind of an on the side thing. It does take up some of our time, but it's, you know, pretty easy. So the rental car agency is not our long-term kind of thing. Like, I'm not going to be cleaning cars and running around sweating my ass off until I'm 60 years old. That's not gonna happen. Plus, I'm not gonna get rich doing this, okay? I make a lot of money, yes, but I do pay staff and I do pay taxes, and that is a lot of money. But it's not gonna get me rich. And I've got ambitions, you know, I've got things I want to do. I want to be able to do this fitness thing full time, and I don't see that, you know, like making me the kind of money that I would want, but I want it to make me some money, and I want to be able to do it and then have this other thing like behind me, like paying my bills, if you know what I mean. I want to do what I love, and that's fitness. Anything fitness related, promo work, clients, just all of that stuff. I love it. It's my passion. So we have this other thing going on, which I don't like to talk about things and tell people about them until they're set in stone, until they're like, I guess, succeeding. So obviously this other thing, we've invested a lot of money into it. We basically our entire life savings, and it's going to work out. But I don't want to talk about it or say anything about it until it actually happens. And hopefully that is like within 6 months. It's definitely very stressful. You know, whenever you see me in my daily vlogs and I'm having a hard time or like just really tired and exhausted, it's not just because of my training. It's actually maybe this much training, and then the rest of it is like real life. It's like the rental car agency, because sometimes we just get so busy, like I end up having to work 60 hours a week, and then we also have this other stuff on top of it, which I haven't actually physically done a lot for it. It's mostly Ashton, but I have to help him and kind of like support the whole thing. Pretty soon, we may have to move part-time to Oregon for it. So that may be, and pretty soon I mean like July, August. So we're kind of like on standby right now. I have to re-sign my lease here. So it's kind of crazy. So we live in downtown Austin. Which you've seen before, blah, blah, blah. It's all my vlogs. We walk around downtown all the time. The rental car agency is like 10 blocks away, super easy. So it's basically like I'm always over there because I can just go over there. It's so easy. It's much easier this way. So that's kind of my day-to-day life. When I wake up and I'm wearing a black polo shirt, it's because I'm renting cars for a living, standing behind the counter. There's always more out there, so I'm a go-getter. Me and Ashton both are. He does a really great job of it. He's an excellent, like, hustler, I guess you could say. More than I am. I'm like, sometimes just like, stop it. Like, I just need a break. Let's just lay down for a little while. Anyway, so that's kind of me, my life story, my day-to-day kind of stuff. Anyway, this video is going on 15 minutes now. So that's the first portion. I really hope this is not like super boring for you guys. Thumbs up if you want to see more personal videos like this. I'm going to make another video that is more about my fitness journey. That one's going to be a rather long one, so I didn't want to include it in this one. So make sure to thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe to my channel so you can, you know, stay up to date on all that stuff. I'm trying to post videos a lot more regularly. And now I've got this really crappy camera. I'm waiting for my new camera, or for my old camera to get fixed. So it's been kind of difficult, especially in the gym, because it just doesn't work as well. So I am about to go and hit up shoulders at the gym. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. You guys are all my friends. Obviously, because I don't really have real life friends. I'm such a loser. Anyway, thank you guys.